Guys, do you know how easy it is to mod this game? Like, you can literally just open up the .exe and mess with its core logic components. Like, there is no way that this can be as hard as modding Slay the Spire. Okay, so turns out it actually was way harder to mod than Slay the Spire. Like, at one point, the screen just kind of went black and then my computer crashed. All I did was try and create a new challenge deck, but whatever. Enough software engineering. It's challenge time. So most of you probably know that if you ever run out of cards in Balatro, you instantly lose. Call it stunt manning a little too close to the sun. Well, the biggest difficulty with this challenge is avoiding that instant loss on small blind number 1. Doesn't matter how nuts my jokers are, if I'm out of cards, I'm out of cards. With this in mind, the first order of business is actually getting a card into my deck. Anyone have any ideas on how I could do this? Oh yeah, Jimmy, what do you think? Can't you just get a standard tag and— Ooh, sorry Jimmy, you idiotically ignorant waste of carbon. Standard tags don't show up until Ante 2. Straight to the meat grinder. Okay, anyone else have any thoughts? Remember, there's no such thing as a wrong answer. Okay, well you guys suck. It's the charm tag, it's always the charm tag. With charm, I can pull judgment, which can give me a free random joker before ever entering a blind. If we take a look at the 150 total jokers, we see that there are exactly 2 that make this run possible. Marble Joker, which adds a stone card to your deck, and Certificate, which adds a random stamped card. Alright, well, with our strategy secure, let's grab the magic deck and start doing some resets. Okay, so it's been about 3 hours and I haven't even seen either of the jokers that I need to start this challenge. A little dive into the joker rarity statistics, and it looks like in order to have Charm be one of my 2 Ante 1 tags, have Judgment be one of the 5 cards in the pack, and have either Marble Joker or Certificate be the joker that I pull, I'm sitting right around a 1 in 5,000 chance. That's like 8 hours of resetting. Well, that sucks, and these videos already take long enough, so you know what? Here's a free Marble Joker past Eclipse. Oh, thanks. Wait, what? Wait, if anyone has any complaints, please feel free to leave a bunch of comments on the video, and you know what, while you're at it, go ahead and interact with the other comments. With Marble Joker in hand, I did a few more resets until pulling a double tag from the small blind, which duplicated a charm tag from the big blind. My first Arcana pack took me from $4 to $14, and then in the second one I popped a Judgment to give me the Wrathful Joker, and then used the 2 Fools provided by my makeshift magic deck to pull a useless Splash and a very, very useful holographic Throwback. After doubling my money with the Hermit, I was able to take out the first boss blind, the Head, with my single stone card and 15.5 multi worth of help from Throwback. With my $41, I bought a Buffoon pack to buy and then sell the Wily Joker, bought an Arcana pack to try and get a useful Joker from Judgment, and then sold the very not useful Faceless Joker. Just straight up lost $6 in that shop for no reason. The small blind in Ante 2 allowed Marble Joker to double my deck size to 2. After playing both stone cards, I bought a Pluto at the shop, as currently the only hand I was even capable of playing was high card, and then bought a Jumbo Spectral pack to add a red stamp to one of my stone cards. My final purchase was a Jumbo Standard pack where I picked up a Foil Ace, adding the first non-stone card to the roster. The big blind fell to my devastating 4-card deck, and after buying yet another Pluto, I spent some money re-rolling for absolutely nothing. The Flint was the boss for Ante 2, but everybody knows stones are harder than flint. Or is flint a stone? It's quartz? What? Well, it was still no match for my stones. Stone cards. It was no match for my stone cards. Okay, let's change the topic. Ooh, grabber. Don't mind if I do. Heading into Ante 3, I really didn't have any way of actually improving my deck, so I was desperate for anything that could give me some long-term stability. And oh boy, was I not disappointed, as after buying yet another Arcana pack to pull a useless Joker from Judgment, I rerolled the shop into DNA. Like the Marble Joker, DNA would be able to increase my tiny 5-card deck, but with the added benefit of being able to choose what gets added. With DNA in hand, it was now a race to find a card that was worth duplicating. For the time being, my red stamped stone card was my best bet, and with it, I secured myself passage through the small blind. Unfortunately, the shop didn't have any standard packs, meaning that I couldn't start building my good card empire quite yet. Instead, I ended up selling the completely useless splash for a perishable egg, which, I mean, honestly, I'd be a little worried if the egg wasn't perishable. Still on the hunt for a good card to copy, I made my way into the big blind, where I again duplicated a red stamped stone card and then took the blind out on turn 1. The shop did not disappoint, with 2 standard packs waiting for me. The first wasn't amazing, with the only modified cards being a red stamped 7, but the second pack, oh boy. This puppy had a steel blue stamped ace. Not only would the steel modifier give me some much needed multi, having a blue seal meant that I'd be able to upgrade high card 3 times, assuming I was able to get a couple of aces in my hand. Knowing that my new goal was to fill my hand with steel aces, I ended up selling Marble Joker as stone cards wouldn't be of much use to me anymore. You'll always be remembered, my friend. Into the boss blind, where I created the first ace copy of many, providing me with a free Pluto card after defeating the Manacle with a 7 and a few stone cards. In the shop, I bought the clearance sale voucher and passed up on the opportunity to remove some useless stone cards courtesy of the trading card. With only 2 aces in my deck as of right now, I'd still need to rely on the stone cards to carry me for at least a few more blinds, so removing them felt a bit too risky. Yet another small blind let me dupe my ace again, giving me 2 Pluto cards this time after putting up 11,000 points worth of high card. With only 2 of my 4 jokers actually doing anything at this point, I opened a buffoon pack to a disappointing duo and riffraff, neither of which would do me much good, especially with their ethereal modifiers. The Arcana pack let me recoup some of my lost funds with Temperance, giving me enough money to reroll into the Moon, which, although it would only be giving me $2 thanks to its rental modifier, was better than nothing. Welcome to the squad. Oh, and then I guess I sold my egg. Like 2 turns too early. I don't know, man, this game has fried my brain. Kinda like how I fried that egg. Ha! God, I am so lonely. With 3 blue stamped aces in my deck now, I was able to maximize my Pluto count on the big blind, bringing my high card level up to 9. It wouldn't stop there though, as I'd only be adding more blue stamps to the deck, giving me pretty much a guaranteed +3 levels every blind. I bought a Hermit in the shop and opened up yet another disappointing buffoon pack. Another Pluto and a couple more rerolls later, and it was on to the arm. Having my poker hand level decreased for every hand was pretty annoying, but with 3 blue stamps and only 2 required hands to beat the boss, I came out of ante 4 with high card at level 10. The voucher Nacho Tong brought my hand count up to 6, and a death from an Arcana pack let me start converting my remaining stone cards into steel aces. Oh, okay, and also, to all of you guys saying that I should buy more Celestial packs, no, these things suck. Each pack only has like a 1 in 3 chance of even having a Pluto card, which means 1 Pluto card would on average cost me like $15, which is just a terrible, terrible deal. Celestial packs are just actually bad, and you know what, this time I'm not even memeing. Well, whatever. Ante 5 was much like the previous ones. I just kept copying aces and using Plutos. I did end up buying a Space Joker, which, you know, looking back was actually pretty worthless, as it on average upgrade high card once every like 2 blinds. My blue stamps were already doing that at like 6x the rate, but I had a free slot, so it didn't hurt. By the end of Ante 5, high card was sitting at level 18, and I was pumping out almost 60,000 points per hand. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. After buying the Overstock voucher for some more Joker options, I started eyeing mail-in rebate. This is easily one of the best commerce jokers in the game, and for my purposes, its potential was truly realized. This isn't really specified in the description, but when mail-in rebate is choosing its card for the discard reward, it can only choose from cards that are currently in your deck. With my deck consisting of 11 total numbered cards, 10 of which were aces, it's almost guaranteed that the random card mail-in rebate chooses is an ace. With my ace count only growing, I tossed the Wrathful Joker and grabbed the letter. I used the small blind in ante 6 to test how many aces I'd need to have in hand to put up the full point value of the blind. With 6 aces building 80,000 points, I knew I'd only need to hold on to 5 or 6 every round. With all my extra cash, I was able to reroll way more than normal, and the benefits paid off almost immediately. Brainstorm, a beautiful joker for my current deck, sit in my small blind shop. Not only would it be able to copy DNA, adding 2 duped aces to my hand, it would also copy mail-in rebate, meaning that every discarded ace would now be worth $10. Seems like it might be time to get filthy rich and then buy a politician, and then do something like totally insane at that politician's inauguration. To the Moon was the unlucky joker to be discarded, but its plus $2 wouldn't be missed all that much. The money printing machine that I had created was unleashed on the big blind, earning me $20 and then putting up nearly 350,000 points. DNA is nuts. And you know what? Okay, fine. Here you go. 1 Celestial pack. But you know what? Don't think it's gonna happen again, okay? The Mark was ante 6's boss, and I kind of just flexed on him, discarding 6 aces for $60 and then eviscerating his measly 120,000 point requirement. I was starting to feel truly unstoppable. With $114, I went on a tear, buying the liquidation voucher and then pulling a Judgment Tarot card from the Emperor. Since I was already upgrading high card 3 times every turn thanks to my blue stamps, Space Joker honestly wasn't doing too much for me, so I took a gamble, sold Mr. Armstrong, and pulled Wee Joker. Well, you know what? I have 0 2s in my entire deck, so sorry. Now with an empty Joker slot, I rerolled a few more times and found a Polychrome 6th Sense. I also had no 6s, but I mean, hey, 1.5x multi is better than nothing. At this point, each hand was putting up almost 1 million points. Steel cards are genuinely just so busted. In the store, I popped a Buffoon pack and damn, Turtle Bean. Plus 5 hand size meant plus 5 steel aces, which meant big number gets even bigger, and oh boy, do I love it when big number gets bigger. The rest of ante 7 was pretty much the same as the last few rounds, with me discarding aces to get rich quick and then re-rolling for Plutos in the shop. I did end up adding Polychrome to rebate, which I mean, at this point, I don't really even need. I'm just throwing around Giga Chad numbers without even breaking a sweat. I honestly kind of felt bad for ante 8. Like, sure, gold stake scales kind of fast, but I mean, when you get a good run, you get a good run. Score 200,000 points? Yeah, okay, here's 3 million. Like, I didn't even bother with the silly little big blind. 300,000 points was just beneath me. I ended up actually skipping the penultimate blind, as it would not only buff Throwback, but would prevent Turtle Bean from debuffing anymore. I entered the Cerulean Bell with 10 aces in hand and, well, I'll let you enjoy this one. See you in the next video.